Hello everyone and welcome back to another part of my F1 24 Kimi Antonelli career mode. Today we head to Silverstone for our team's home race, the British Grand Prix. Last time out we had a fantastic race in Austria, if you do remember, and we won the whole thing. If you're unsure how we did that or haven't watched that yet, do make sure to check it out because that was one of the most chaotic and exciting races of the whole episode, which means we now move ahead of quite a few drivers in the standings following those around us not scoring that many points. But now let's head to qualifying for the British Grand Prix. Can we replicate third like we did in Austria?
What's an airfield? Now one of the finest racetracks in the world. It's qualifying day here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix.
Here we are then in Q1, first lap, and this is going to be just hopefully a formality to get us through into the top 15 and Q2 as we come round the final corner. First lap in Q1 up to the line, it is going to be a 1:30, which is not the best lap, but somehow is just enough to squeeze us through into Q2. Magnussen in the Haas was behind us there, the only man behind us, but everyone seemed to shuffle in between us, so P14. But now here we are in Q2 then, and it's raining. Now those went out early on the softs did just manage to get a lap in, but we weren't fortunate enough. So we've been gone out on these inters, and we've set our car up for the dry. And as you can see, it's not the best weather for it. As Bottas would say, good weather for a duck. But either way, we have Lewis Hamilton trying to overtake us on this lap, and I can't see us making it through to Q3 at this rate. As we come up to the line, it's going to be a 1:45, and that's ahead of Piastri, but no one else. As Hamilton goes P2 on the inters, and that is us out because the track was getting wetter and wetter, and there's no time for him to improve. Same as Oscar Piastri, we're out in Q2 for the first time in a long time, but Alexander Albon, our teammate, makes it through into Q3. But let's now head to the race.
Welcome everyone as you join us in a former Second World War aircraft race, now converted into one of the great motor racing tracks. Britain is one of only two countries to have held a Grand Prix in every year of the Formula One World Championship, and long may that continue. This is Silverstone, and this is the British Grand Prix. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of Silverstone Circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of Formula One. It's been reinvented over the years, with Turn 1 now the fast right-hander of Abbey. But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. An immense lap from Carlos Sainz yesterday puts him in pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Fernando Alonso, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, Gasly, Ocon, Tsunoda, Albon, Stroll, Norris, Perez, and Williams, Oscar Piastri, Ricciardo, Hulkenberg, Bottas, Joe, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. And alongside me a man, well, Ashley Davidson. Let's look at their season, and particularly against their teammate. Fair to say, they've got the better of them more often than not. Now sadly, things didn't work out for them last time, it was a bad race. The question is though, can they recover today? Yes they can, Crofty. Put it behind you, whatever happened last time. I was always told to the driver, park it, forget about it. Obviously, feel the pain when it happens, but then you can't dwell on it. Carry that through to the next race. So put it behind you and just crack on with this race coming your way now. Okay, as you know, this is the team's home race, which means it's extra important for everybody in this team. They've got friends here, they've got family here, they're all in the grandstands watching. So let's go and put on a good show for them.
By a good show, Mark, I hope you don't mean crashing in turn 1. But strategy, another soft to medium. That seems to be the strategy most of the time, although we have seen a few medium to hard runners in Spa. Not in Spa, I can't remember, but we have seen a medium to hard before. But let's get straight to 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix. Everyone else on soft tyres. We're starting P14, Albon in P10. He couldn't maximise that position, unfortunately, in Q3. But as we go to 5 red lights for the British Grand Prix here in Season 1 from P14 on the grid, it's lights out and away we go. And Stroll gets a good start over Tsunoda. We get an okay start and we're trying to go into turn 1 ahead of Paris, which we do, up into P13. Can we also feed it round the outside of Norris, who's fighting with Tsunoda, who did not get that good start, as well as Gasly locks up there, and that opens the door for us to overtake both Ocon, Stroll and someone else. I don't even know who it was. We went 3 wide there. We just slipped the car through and we're up into P7 from P14 already. It might have been our teammate Alexander Albon actually who we've overtaken. But we're up to P7. Fernando Alonso now ahead in P6. And hopefully we can get a good move on him. As we now here on lap 4, we're going to go down the inside of Fernando Alonso and into Abbey and up into P6. And now Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari is up ahead and he's dueling with Lewis Hamilton, which will lose him time. Lewis Hamilton, the winner of the British Grand Prix in real life. Can he replicate something today? At the moment, he's not even on the podium, only P4 for him as things stand. But it's Max Verstappen leading the way from George Russell and Carlos Sainz in 3rd place. Lewis Hamilton 4th. We are Leclerc 5th and we are 6th. As Alonso wants to re-overtake us into Copse corner. You do not overtake anyone there. Hamilton and Verstappen will tell you that. It's now lap 6. Leclerc has re-overtaken Lewis Hamilton. And I'm sensing a move maybe round the outside or maybe break early and go for a nice switchback on Lewis down the inside. That was close. That was close. We had an opportunity there, but just a bit too far back. But Hamilton is still well within our sights. We're sticking in the DRS very well indeed, it must be said. And Hamilton and Leclerc are going wheel to wheel so often, it's not that hard not to. As now Hamilton goes for the move on Leclerc, as Alonso thinks about the move on us, we're going to take it tight. And maybe can we catch Leclerc off guard while he's still reeling away from Lewis Hamilton overtaking him. I thought about a move down the side as Leclerc locks up. Oh my word, I was not expecting that. He locked up so late. Those rear tyres were not happy with any of that. As we now have an objective to overtake Hamilton before lap 11. And I'm thinking a move. We know we're fast into Copse. We're going to go down the inside. Go for a switchback on Hamilton and up into P4. So we've overtaken Leclerc and now we've overtaken Hamilton, and I have to see that again. When we always show it again for brilliant moves, we always show this incredible move. We break a bit early, get on the power and slip the car through down the inside, and what an overtake that is. As now we're up into P4, Carlos Sainz in P3, 2.8 seconds up the road, so he's not too far ahead whatsoever, but Hamilton is harrying us quite a bit as our box window is this lap, so we're pitting on this lap as there's a yellow flag behind us. I believe someone must have spun as there's a safety car. No, there's another red flag. So for the second time in 2 races we have another red flag, back-to-back red flags, and that means the strategy opens up perfectly for everyone on the grid. I believe it was Alexander Albon who did spin in the Williams. And the mediums have to be the tyre to go on. It was our pitting lap. We can't go on the soft again. So we're going to go straight on the mediums. Everyone else is surely going to go on the mediums as well. As we go to 5 red lights for the second time. We're now right up the back of Russell, Verstappen and Sainz. It's lights out and away we go. And immediately we see Verstappen did not get a good start. Sainz takes advantage of that. We can also take advantage of that on the inside of Max Verstappen. And can we get Carlos Sainz as well, who's going round the outside. A bit like a move like Mika Hakkinen did on Michael Schumacher back in 1998. I wasn't born then, so don't you worry. But we are up into P2 now with 2 quick overtakes on the opening lap. And now lap 11, we are right behind George Russell. We have an objective to charge our ERS. Why are they telling us to charge our ERS now? Can't they see we're fighting for the lead of the race? We're going to ignore that objective for now. We're going to go down the inside of George Russell into, I don't know what this part is called, but into there. And up into P1. So we're leading our team's home race. Could we go for back-to-back wins in the Williams, as now we do set the ERS to none to charge the pack as Russell goes back for the move into Copse. So we're going to just hold it round the outside of Copse. Great defending from us there as we head into Mackett's and Beckett's. We do successfully complete that objective and we gain some racecraft. Then we put it out to medium immediately because Russell and Russell and I are dueling with each other incredibly as Russell tries to go for the move down the inside. Can we just hold it round the outside? No, Russell just sort of squeezes us off a bit. Didn't give us much space. Well, he did give us space, but we didn't really want to cause an incident. But into Cops, we're going to re-overtake Russell for P1 this. Russell goes way off the track. He's surely going to have to give that back. He doesn't yield it easily, but we do force our way through and fight back up into P1 on lap 14 with only 4 laps left of the race. Is another win on for us? Well, comment down below if you think we can win this race. I certainly think we can. As Carlos Sainz, as soon as I say that, Carlos Sainz takes the lead of the race. We're going to defend to the inside and into the final few corners. We do keep P1, but it's incredibly tight at the moment. As we go deep and Carlos Sainz is going to seize that opportunity to go round our outside, but we are blocking it and we're still defending for our life as our underbody's incurred some damage. So that could hamper us in the corners. As Sainz now overtakes us for P1 and Russell's going to try and follow him through. We're going to defend from Russell, hopefully. Yes, we are. And now Carlos Sainz is here in P1, but we still have the DRS. We've managed to stick with him, and we definitely have a good chance to overtake him as we go for a Fernando Alonso-like move, just like we did on Alonso earlier, up into P1. Get the DRS as well, and that is so crucial for our race. If we could just use our ERS now and just pull away from Sainz, break the toe, we could be on here for another race win. But there's one more lap to go, and we are not getting too excited just yet. And because Carlos Sainz is very hungry for his first race win since Singapore in 2023. As we're going to squeeze Sainz to the inside. He's going to re-overtake us for P1. Can we just try and hold it round the outside? We're going to go for it for sure, but we go a bit too wide. But Sainz now is now in the lead of the race with 1 lap remaining. And wow, this is going to be incredibly tight. And it was incredibly tight, but Sainz, within his ERS, has just managed to overtake us and keep P1. It's going to be P2 for us. I know we should not feel disappointed with that. A stellar drive from P14 on the grid. A real shame, but we're going to come home in P2. Shame no victory in our team's home race, but a podium and P2 is not bad in itself, is it?
Sees the checker flag and wins. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, and their race victory was never in doubt, was it? Brilliant stuff by them. And here we are, a team that is no stranger to the podium, taking their place on top once again. A sublime race today, and a stunning win for Ferrari.
P2 for us, and an incredible race for us. Hamilton does take P3 and claims that final podium spot in his home race, but Alexander Albon, the man who spun, also had a 10-second time penalty, and it was nothing doing for him from his P10 grid spot, which was incredible. Verstappen also down in P19, he looked like he had to do a 2-stop. We move up to P7 in the standings ahead of Lewis Hamilton and George Russell. Carlos Sainz does overtake us, it might be, but Albon's still P17 and we're still taking most of the weight on at the moment of the team, but we are gaining on Aston Martin, so that could give us a chance to overtake us. But we're going into the latter end of the season now, but there is still hope. We're only 40 points behind, and if Albon can start driving like he's driving the car that he is, then there's every chance that we can catch up to them and overtake them in the standings. One good race is all we need. As we have a secret meeting with Alpine as well. Engine issue with the chassis, I do not remember Mark telling me that, but I mean 200 resource points, I can't complain. We go to Alpine and it's going to be pretty simple. We are going to decline talks with Alpine, but they do tell us, which is very interesting, they have more upgrades applied and a higher success rate. But we are committed to this Williams project. Alpine are below us in the standings, and I feel like there's more to do with Williams than there is with Alpine, especially as we are aiming for that Mercedes seat for 2025 or maybe 2026. We will see. But we're beating both Mercedes at the moment in the standings, so that could show us a lot in terms of performance there. And everyone's found out that we had a secret meeting, but because we declined, everyone's happy, which is excellent. More recognition for us then. But that is it for this episode of my F1 24 Kimi Antonelli career mode. If you have enjoyed, do make sure to hit that red subscribe button below and like the video. It helps so much. And I'll see you guys next time for an old classic. It's the Belgian Grand Prix. See you guys then. Goodbye.